What are some of the biggest mistakes people make when starting out in the industry?
There's a couple ways to that answer. I feel like some of them don't do enough research into it, so they think that, because when you look inside a grooming salon, a lot of times you see the dog standing there perfectly calm on the table, and it's not always that easy. You're dealing with poop. You're dealing with animal stuff. And then I feel like some of them are so excited to get into the grooming industry that they think they can just jump into it, and then they realize that they're kind of like drowning, so they have to take it slow. They have to learn each step. They have to learn how to, start from the bottom and work their way up. A lot of times our students, they are like, I've been bathing, and I want to move forward. Well, if you haven't learned the bathing properly, the dog won't come out 100% clean, so then the haircut won't look as good. So you have to start and you have to perfect from the bottom all the way up.
Biggest misconceptions about pet grooming?
I mean, a lot of times the owners aren't educated and they don't realize that their dog is matted. So when they pet the dog, they think they're touching the skin underneath the hair, but really it's a full mat. So it's our jobs to educate the owners that that's a mat. And a lot of times they get frustrated with us. And then we have to be the bad people and shave their dog when their dog's matted, but then of course the dog feels better afterwards. So I feel like people don't realize that. They don't realize that a lot of times.
What are some responsibilities pet groomers have?
So basically, the groomer's responsibilities are try to imagine what the owners want on their dog, have to evaluate the dog to make sure that you can complete that haircut. And then once you talk to the owner and you find out, let them know what you can and cannot do, it's your job to then complete the haircut with the safety of the dog in your mind, and you have to be as gentle with him and work with him. And then make sure the dog comes out smelling good and looks good. So that's also difficult because a lot of times owners, they don't realize, or they have one image in their head and they explain it to you and you keep, okay, are you sure? Yeah. You do it and then they're like, oh, well, next time don't do that. So it can get a little frustrating, but that's always the creative part of it. You take notes when they come back in the next time, you let them know that this is what they liked and what they didn't like, and then you move on from there and you try to complete it as they would like it.
What are the steps in grooming a dog?
So the steps. First, when I get a dog, I will trim his nails, clean his ears, complete a sanitary on the dog. Then I move him into the back where the bathing is, and I complete the bath, depending on what the owner wanted. If they wanted like an oatmeal shampoo, if they want a conditioner on him, then you complete the drying process, which is usually use the high velocity blow dryer. Some dogs are fearful of that, so you have to towel dry. But for the most part, you're able to complete the high velocity blow dryer. Then once he's 100% dry, clean, you take him out back to the grooming table and you complete the haircut. Once you're done with the haircut, so you start with the body, go to the tail, work with the face, and then once you've completed all that, you put little bows on him or her, and then you would make sure that your area is cleaned up, your table's been wiped down, you vacuum all the hair up, make sure that the salon is still presentable to the owners. And then at the end of the day, after you've groomed all your dogs, you have to go through and sanitize everything, all the cages, wipe down, I mop every night, wipe down all the tables, you clean your own tools, you take all the dirty towels out, and you have to make sure all the shampoo's been put away, so that when they come in the morning, it's good to go.